Hello everybody, welcome back again. We are still in the Fight 'em Up series heavyweight class. Our next fight is seeing Lionel Johnson, the Primarch of the Dark Angels, taking on Vashtorr the Arkifane. You can see them both in the middle of the table. Going to be a very interesting game. Pretty similar toughness, wounds. I know the Lion's got some pretty crazy attacks. He's got the Emperor's Shield as well, so we'll see if that helps out. Vashtorr is super good at defeating vehicles and doing a lot of punishment and penalties to vehicles, but to superhuman models, we'll have to see. So we're going to roll off, as always, to see who's going to be going first. We're going to have Lion with the white dice, Vashtorr with the red, and whoever rolls highest will be set up first on the board. So let's get to that right away. Lion has rolled 3, and Vashtorr has rolled 5. So I'm going to look at the field, see what's going to be best for Vashtorr here with his ranged. I think he's got a bit of a further ranged attack than the Lion. I'll have to check that out. But I'll come right back and we will discuss where they are and kind of how this battle might go. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we have the table set up. We have Vashtorr who won the roll there. He's been set up in this corner here. Big difference between these models is Vashtorr has a 12-inch move. The Lion has an 8-inch move, so Vashtorr is going to be able to really cruise around that battlefield, and Lion's down here on the table. So we're going to get to the movement right away. Both of them also have a 12-inch ranged attack, so they're going to have to get pretty close to be able to do that. But just like that first round where we had Matt over Gaskell versus Azrael, we want to see that hand-to-hand combat, and I want to see what these two can do. Vashtorr's hammer is super strong, but again, the Lion is an expert swordsman, so we're going to see what happens. We're going to start this up right away and move Vashtorr his full 12 inches across the board. So the 12-inch range, just so you guys can see, for the range is here for Vashtorr. And right now for the Lion, it's in this arc here. So they're still a good piece away. They're not going to be able to get any range going for a little bit. Lion moving a little bit slower, a lot of bit slower, 8 inches. So there he is. And we have the Lion coming in with 10 wounds. We have Vashtorr coming in with 14. So Vashtorr does have them there as well. And the Lion does not have an ability to kind of come back to life or resurrect like his brother Rabute does. We're going to see how he does in his next fight there as well. I think he's taking on Mortarion in the last scrap. And in between there, we have Angron versus the Norn Assimilator. We're going to get back to this one, so we're still moving 12. I'm going to move this here, so I'm just going to see if I move Vashtorr here. That does mean that the Lion's going to be in range if he pops out of cover there. And the biggest thing here, too, is that we do want to get that initiative in the fight. The Lion does, however, has fights first, so that means that he will be able to fight first, but I'm hoping that he can get that attack in first. And I'm just checking line of sight here. So Vashtorr does not have the Lion in sight. And if I pop him out here and he goes his full 8, he's going to be here. So that's open to Vashtorr's shoot or his hand-to-hand. And I don't want to have that happen right off the bat with the Lion. So what I might do is move him out this way, just like that, just outside of the range. Oof, it's close. This is a small board, and these models are a lot bigger than our middleweight competitors. So right now, whoever makes this next move is going to be in range. I think it's going to be Vashtorr to shoot. So he's going to go here, and he's got a pretty good weapon on him. So we've got these two here now, and we'll get to the shoot here in just a sec. So we are going to be shooting with Vashtorr here. He has Vashtorr's Claw, which is a 12-inch weapon, definitely in range. It's an anti-vehicle 4+, so that's not going to impact the Lion. It is a torrent weapon, so he is not going to have to do any kind of to-hit roll. So we're going to see how many he gets. It's a D6. Strength 5, however, against the Lion's toughness 9. So that's going to be a big difference. We're going to see what happens right here. So it is 4. Getting 4 attacks, just rolling those over here. And strength 5 versus that toughness of 9. So we are going to need, I'm actually going to move my iPad over here so you guys can see these rolls happening too. Might set up my dice camera again for the next time we do this, just to be able to cut to that. So we have the 4 attacks coming in, strength 5, toughness 9. It's going to be 5s to wound. And 2 did make it through. And that, of course, auto hits. So those were just rolls to hit. It's a -2 to AP, which brings the line up to a 3+ invulnerable. Absolutely incredible save. Vashtorr has a 4+ invulnerable if we have to get to that in a sec, but this is a 3+. So we're looking for 3s for the lion. Once again, my rolls. So that means that Vashtorr has delivered. It's not too bad. 2 wounds to the lion. So he goes from 10 down to 8. But yeah, I just needed 3s and I rolled 2 2s. So that's the lion's regular save. We needed better than that. So it is moving back over to the lion. So that ends the turn for Vashtorr. And we do know that the lion's in range here. He's got that 8-inch movement. He's going right into hand-to-hand combat, taking that initiative to fight against Vashtorr. I have a feeling Vashtorr is going to be able to fight back, and he has a super strong weapon in his hammer. So we're going to see what happens. So the lion has 2 profiles. His sword is called Fealty. So there's a strike that is 8 attacks at 12 strength. And there's a sweep 16 attacks, which is insane for... He's a superhuman, but that's nuts. At 6 strength. So Vashtorr does have a toughness of 10. Very, very high toughness. So I am going to roll the Fealty strike. I'm just going to grab my dice here. I think we said at the start that the lions got white. So we're looking for 2 pluses here. And we had 1 1, so that falls off. Again, a lot of 2s, but they do count because of this guy's swordsmanship. Fantastic. It is strength 12 versus toughness 10. So we are going to need 3s to wound. And a lot fell off there. So we do have a 4, a 5, and a 6. It is -4 to AP, which does bring Vashtorr up to that 4+. And it's 4 damage per that goes through. So this against, a squad of like Chaos Space Marines or something, they're done after this if you get a good roll. So this is going to be 3. It is 4 pluses, and anything that is not saved with a 4+ is 4 damage. So he did make 1 save. However, 8 wounds has gone through. So we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That brings Vashtorr down to 6. So with that 1 attack through from the lion, he has done a massive amount of damage. Very, very good character. However, Vashtorr is going to be able to fight back here, and I will be using Vashtorr's super strong profile for his hammer. So he's got 2 profiles as well. So he's got the strike and the sweep. This is 6 attacks hitting on a 2+. And all of those are through. That's not good for the lion. It is strength 14 with this profile against a toughness of 9. So 3s to wound here as well. And luckily a couple fell off there. That's great for the lion. So we have 3, 3, 3, 6. And it is -2 to AP, which again brings the line up to 3 pluses here. Anything that doesn't make it through is 3 damage. So this could definitely kill him if I don't roll this well. All we need is 3s. Come on, lion, 3s. Okay, so that is... it's good, though, because he does have a profile. We'll get to that in just a sec, but it's getting super close. So this is 3 damage, 6 damage through to the lion. Another couple of really terrible rolls. That brings him down to 2 wounds. However, the lion, if he does make a 6 save with the Emperor's Shield, each time a melee attack is allocated to this model, which just happened, on an unmodified saving throw of 6, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal wound after it's finished making its attacks. So he made 2 of those, so Vashtorr in turn is down to 4 wounds. So you can see him like parrying, he's got his shield up, he blocks it, and then he smashes Vashtorr in the head with it. That's what just happened. So I'm going to maybe move the camera around here again, get another angle for you guys. And these 2 have broken hand-to-hand combat. So that was initiated by the lion. I don't even know if this is still what happens, but this is the way it used to be. Like you move them apart, whatever distance they could move. In this case, I think it's to move them outside of that engagement range. And that is only the engagement range of the lion. So that would mean that it's 8 inches. So a little bit further back. but Vashtorr has the 12. So if Vashtorr wants to take the initiative here, he can, and I'm going to have to look at fights first because the lion has that, and I think that's because of the swordsmanship. So even if Vashtorr gets in there, the lion might be able to strike first. So I may be doing a shoot here with Vashtorr. I'll step away for a sec, strategize, look at their stats, and then come right back and show you guys what happens. So yes, in fact, fights first. Just read it. I'll read it to you guys too here. Fantastic skill, and I'm not going to be sacrificing Vashtorr. He's smarter than that. He's a demon that's been in the warp for a long time. So the core ability of fights first, units with this ability are eligible to fight. To do so in the fight's first step, provided every model in the unit has this ability. There's only one here, so that makes sense. So the lore behind this is some warriors attack with blinding speed, landing their blows before their foes can even react. So if Vashtorr jumped in here, he's big, he's kind of cumbersome, he's got a heavy hammer, so because of the lion's capability with the sword, he would be able to deflect any attacks coming in and get a fight first, and then, of course, in turn, that counterattack would happen. So what's going to happen here is Vashtorr has that 12-inch move. I'm not going to play stupid with him. As I said, he's been around for a long time. So what he wants to do here is keep outside of the range of the lion getting in, but keeping the lion in range of his 12-inch attack. So he's going to move right back to the maximum of that, which is about here. So Vashtorr is still going to be able to shoot, and it's going to take the lion either a shoot back at him or a couple of moves to get it hand-to-hand. So this is going to turn into a bit of a shoot. So Vashtorr got, messed up a little bit there by the shield and also by the lion's incredible swordsmanship. So he's like, okay, this guy's no slouch. I'm going to shoot at him now. So we are going to be shooting with Vashtorr's Claw. Again, this is a torrent, not a crazy strong weapon, but it is a D6 and it hits automatically. So we have 3 attacks coming through. They are strength 5 versus a toughness of 9, so we're going to need 5s to wound. And 1 is through. And the lion's going to have to save here with his 3+ save, which he didn't make last time. So hoping for a 3 here. Come on, lion. And he made it. That was almost a 1. I don't know if you guys saw it bounce, but he saved it with the 4. So Vashtorr's done. He's done his move. He's done his shoot. We're actually going to have the lion try to close up that space. He's going to move those 8 inches. And since he has that fight first, if Vashtorr decides to jump in, he's going to have to get cut up a little bit first. So the lion has moved in. So we do have the lion. He has moved up close. He's going to be firing with the Arma Luminous, which is his pistol. It is a dual weapon pistol, so it has a bolt profile and it has a plasma profile. You have to select which one you're going to use. The bolt profile is a strength 4. I might get a lucky roll. I don't want to try it, so I'm going to be firing with Arma Luminous Plasma, the plasma. So it's 2 attacks hitting on a 2+. I think you guys can see that. And snake eyes again. So the Imperium models, as you guys have seen through a lot of my other stuff, if you guys want to check out Last Stand series, my Acadian Crusade, not the best rolls for my Imperium model. So I might switch over to red dice here if the lion survives this. But he has not been able to fire, so his plasma pistol locked up or it was melted or something. So he's done his move, he's done his shoot, and Vashtorr is still alive. Vashtorr still doesn't want to mess around here, so he's going to move back to make sure that he's got the lion outside of that range. So once again, Vashtorr is going to be using his claw. So it's a D6. And a very good roll for him, so that's 5 dice. Hitting automatically, however, we need 5s to wound. Another pretty good roll, 2 fell off though. No, or -2 to AP, and that's the 3+ save again. I'll use the red dice for the lion. He saved them all, which is great. So Vashtorr's done another turn, and we're going to keep moving here with the lion. He's going to cover. Ooh, he's back in hand-to-hand, guys. So from stand to stand, it just wasn't enough. That last 8 inches we moved. So we got the lion coming in here first. So we do have the lion attacking here again. No matter what, it would be fights first. And he is going to be using, once again, the fealty strike profile. I'm going to use red dice this time because I'm tired of the weight. Haven't been rolling well for him. So this is our 8 attacks, hitting on a 2+ at strength 12. 2 did fall off out of the 8. We got 1s. Again, you'd think 2s would be a little bit easier, but that's Vashtor's been rolling that too. So the rest are 2s. It is strength 12 versus that toughness of 10. So this is going to be 3s to wound. 2 more fell off, so we're at 50% of that initial attack. And here it is. So this is the big one. Vashtorr does not have the same invulnerable as the lion. -4 to AP, this would usually not be savable, but since he has that invulnerable, this is bringing it up to a 4+. So if you're cheering for Vashtorr, you want to see 4s. If you're cheering for the lion, you want to see under 4. So here we go. There it is. So we have 5, 6, 2 were saved, a 2 and a 1. Those have both gone through. The ones that have gone through are at 4 damage apiece. That is enough to kill Vashtorr twice right now because he only has 4 wounds remaining. So the lion has won the second bout of the Fight 'em Up series for the heavyweight class. There he is. Little tricky. I was worried there. He's only got 2 wounds left. So very happy that he was able to take this one. Zoom in on our champion a wee bit here. There we go. Keep him in the center of the frame. So he has won. He's beat Vashtorr. Vashtorr is out. And the next fight is going to be the Norn Assimilator versus Angron. Going to be a very interesting fight, how that one goes. And the first fight of the second round is Gazskul Thraka versus the Lion. So the Lion is going to be able to avenge, hopefully, Azrael, his chapter master, who was killed by Gaz. But first we have the Norn Assimilator versus Angron. And then we have Rabute Gilliman versus Mortarion. Those are both going to be very good fights. And we're going to see who takes this. We saw during the middleweight that it was the chapter master of the Ultramarines, Marnus Calgar, versus Azrael, who is the Supreme Grand Master / chapter master of the Dark Angels. So we'll see if this ends up being the Lion versus Rabute. I don't know, but the Lion is through, so it's still a possibility. And yeah, we'll get the Norn Assimilator and Angron out here in just a sec. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll be back in just a little bit with that next video. Thank you.